Well, it finally happened. I crashed the Mavic Pro. As you can see in the video, it hit something when I was out in the middle of Texas, and I ended up breaking the arm here and also the vibration mount. One of the rubber bands snapped. Luckily, I ordered some replacement parts. So I got this one on eBay, and I got this one off of Amazon, and it's an official DJI mount. Now, unfortunately, they don't sell just the rubber band by itself, so I had to order the whole mount. But we're gonna go ahead and disassemble this and replace those parts. Now, what you'll need for this project is just a small Phillips head. It's probably gonna be smaller than the size that I have on here now, and then a 1.5 millimeter hex, and then of course your replacement parts. So we're gonna start with the easy fix first. The easy fix should be this arm. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and fold this side in. I'll put the cover back on. That way we can just work on this side. So here on the bottom, there's gonna be 1, 2, and 3 1.5 millimeter screws. We'll go ahead and remove those. Now luckily this didn't damage. There is an antenna in here, and from what I saw, I don't think I damaged anything in particular, so that's good news. And then we'll go ahead and just pop this little piece off here. As I'm removing this, I'm seeing that there is some little form of glue or something in there that's holding that wire in place. So I'm gonna have to use an X-Acto knife to cut that. Just be very careful and don't splice your cable. All right, so we have that removed. Let's take that out carefully. And there's the broken arm. Now with the replacement part, it actually comes with this adhesive, so I'm gonna have to take it off. But I'm gonna use some hot glue to fill that space back in. We're just gonna cut a little channel in here just to make sure that that cable's gonna fit through. Okay, so I've put the antenna back in here. I'll reposition after I glue. So what I did was I just pressed that cable right into that slot that's right there. And now I'm gonna hot glue it. And honestly, I don't think this is really a necessary step, but I just like to leave everything as close as to factory as I can. Put that little dab of glue in there and we're good to go. Just let that dry off and then I'll replace the screws. And just so you can see, I put hot glue all right here. This should still be pretty loose though. And now we're just gonna put that back to where how it was. Okay, so you just have the arm line up, push in, and then screw it back in. All right, and there we go. That was the easy fix. Now comes the hard fix. So in order to get to the camera gimbal, you're gonna have to remove the whole plate. Okay, so the next step in order to access the gimbal is removing all these screws. We will have to remove the cover for this as well. There's 12 screws in total. And since I do have a wrap on mine, I am gonna have to take off the wrap because there's 2 little doors here that are actually, you'll have to take off in order to access the inside. And I went ahead and removed the wrap that I had from down here so you can see that compartment that you need to take off. And what you'll do is you just use some pliers or some tweezers, kind of just move it around a little bit until you can kind of pop it open. This is probably going to be the hardest thing about the disassembly. And there you go. So it just pops off, and then of course there's more screws under that. And then we'll have to repeat the same for this side. All right, the next part, you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver or some plastic pliers or a prying tool of some kind. And we're gonna have to go through the edge of this and try to pop it off. And this whole piece here should come off in one piece. Okay, so you also have to remove 4 screws from the battery compartment, and then there's 2 screws that go on the back here. And kind of just work it in there. It's just on there with clips. And you should hear it just kind of pop throughout. All right, and when you get your first pop, you're gonna get this cable right here to remove. That's just for the light that goes back here. We'll have to reconnect that at the end. There we go, top is removed. So in order to replace the gimbal, we have to remove this one here and this one here. So with your tweezers or whatever tool you're using, just make sure to pop off that ribbon cable. And just be careful with these are super delicate. And then we'll remove this one. Just be careful with this one as well. Just take your time with it, don't rush it. Part where you'll need your Phillips head. You'll need your Phillips head for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then after that, you'll be able to push your board down and through. We'll flip it over on this side and just be careful again. So the ribbon cable didn't actually tear on mine, it was just the mount. So we're just gonna have to be careful on taking that mount out. Now I know it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but if you look right here, you can see there's the rubber band. We're gonna have to take those off from each corner. So I actually had a hard time removing this, and I saw why. I actually needed to remove the front facing sensors from here. Here's the assembly. Okay, and then on this board, they're gonna have one screw here, one here, and one on this corner. They'll be covered, so you'll have to remove those. And if you look here, there's the ripped band. And again, this whole thing has to be replaced. And this is the one that came out of the Mavic, and this is the replacement. And it looks pretty much the same. It does have this bracket also. This one has it, I just took it out. But it's there's 2 screws right there that hold the camera assembly. Alright, so we have everything installed. Let's go ahead and see if the camera works and if everything's going to work fine. Turn on the remote. We'll go into the DJI app and we'll turn on our drone. Okay, so I'm getting normal. Everything seems normal so far. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. Okay, and there we go. So let's test the gimbal. Make sure it... Yep, motor goes down. Going up. All right. Looks like everything is working fine. And we have full signal. Remember, we repaired the arm so that antenna didn't get messed up. We have satellites. We have good signal all the way through. So it worked. So total time took about maybe 1.5 to 2 hours to do both, just because I'm trying to take my time. And I'm trying to make sure that I have everything correct. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If not, leave the like. Don't forget to hit subscribe with notifications, and we'll see you on the next video. And as always, thanks for watching Flash Hobbies. We'll see you.